On to debate number 2. Senior Congress leader Digvijaya Singh, who's not new to controversies, has stoked one yet again. For the former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Umar Khalid, who's behind bars in connection with the 2020 Delhi riots conspiracy case, is totally innocent. The clean chit to Umar Khalid came in Digvijaya Singh's social media post, in which he's demanded Khalid's immediate release. In this post, he's claimed that Khalid is not guilty and has fallen prey to injustice. Let's understand who is Digvijaya Singh. Shedding tears for really. Umar Khalid is someone who faces serious charges of conspiracy and has already been denied bail by the Delhi High Court. His bail application is now being heard in the Supreme Court, which has been strongly opposed by the Delhi police. Now, cops have told the top court that the alleged offences involved a deliberate attempt to destabilize the state and that violence was part of a conspiracy to bring about regime change. But this is not the first time when Digvijaya Singh has stirred a controversy with his comments on terrorists or those accused of acting against national interest. In 2011, he drew flack when he used G with Osama bin Laden's name. In 2016, he's raised doubts on the Batla House encounter and termed it fake. Then in 2023, he referred to terrorist Hafiz Saeed as Sahab. BJP calls this proof of Congress's Tukde mindset, accusing it of repeatedly siding with anti-national elements.
टुकड़े गैंग के सरगना आपको प्यारे लगते हैं? दुर्भाग्य है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी जो कभी उसामा बिन लादेन जैसे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय आतंकवादी को उसामा जी कहती है, हाफिज सईद जैसे हत्यारे को हाफिज सईद साहब कहती है और आतंकियों के लिए रेड कार्पेट बिछाती है।
निश्चित तौर पे ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनको चाहे महाराष्ट्र के दलित समाज के लोग हों, चाहे जेएनयू के छात्र हों, खासकर मुस्लिम समुदाय के लोग हों, उनके साथ बीजेपी के लोगों ने लगातार अन्याय किया है। विपक्ष लगातार आवाज उठा रहा और सबको लड़ना पड़ेगा इस आतंकवादी सरकार से।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
For more on this, let's go right across to our guests. Joining us, RP Singh, national spokesperson of BJP. Karan Verma continues. Ravi Srivastava and Tausif Khan continue with us. Ravi Srivastava, let me start with you first. The big question is this. Why are we jumping to conclusions about a person whose bail hearing is before the Supreme Court? He is behind bars. He is facing UAPA charges. You may have a point of view that you believe that there is certain, procedural or, in terms of the evidence that is there before the courts, it may have a certain value. But to pronounce somebody innocent while the proceedings are underway, is that really a correct thing? Because Digvijay Singh has a history of making similar controversial statements in the past. Ravi Srivastava, which you also very well know.
Of course, I think Digvijay Singh calling some Hafiz Saeed ji or Osama ji and all that, we all remember that. But I think as far as Digvijay Singh is concerned, he is only making some statements. While our Honorable Prime Minister invited the ISI of Pakistan in the January of 2016 and gave them a full tour of Pathankot, and that was I would call that a terror tourism.
Sir,
so that's a stage of affairs.
Even if you believe this, that is wrong. Do two wrongs make a right, sir?
No, now let me come to your Tukde point, myth, that I want to bust that particular myth of the Tukde. There was no Tukde. There were in JNU in 2016 February, some people shouted some slogans over there, and the Delhi police did not punish even a single person till date on any charge. So how come we...
Umar Khalid was present there or not?
Tukde, gang, etc.
Umar Khalid was present there, sir?
Please. No, I'm not talking about Umar Khalid. Now let me come to the Umar Khalid also. Umar Khalid,
I asked you a question, Umar Khalid.
Without trial. Okay, for 5... No, I was responding to your Tukde mindset as well. I said there was no Tukde. It is all right fingers who are making these hasty slogans.
I never used the word Tukde. I never used the word Tukde.
No. I am responding to that also because my BJP friend will come out with the Tukde also.
Oh,
so I have to respond to him also. Okay, now we come to Umar Khalid. 5 years, no trial has taken place. It is only he is in the custody for no reason. And why should he not be given a bail? Because this process is a punishment. For 5 years, for nothing, UAPA,
okay.
And then
RP Singh, respond to that.
Hearing is
RP Singh, respond to that. Process is the punishment in this country. He has been in jail without any trial. And also the whole Tukde itself is a false bogey, says Ravi Srivastava. Please respond to him.
Well, Ravi Srivastava, then I'll send Ravi Srivastava the videos of that time which were there in public domain during that protest in GNU. Sir, can I never interrupted you, sir. Please, you are a gentleman.
Please. Sir, please,
sir, you are a gentleman. Sir, then if you, sir, thank you so much, sir. If you see that and if you still want to...
Make your point, RP Singh, go on.
So still you want to ignore them, God bless you, but how can you ignore Sajjal Imam, who said, let's cut out chicken neck and let's cut out chicken neck for some time and ensure that the Northeast is taken away from the country. When he want to, that's really Tukde. Man, just there on record. You can do all that, but just there on record. These are videos on record. There are already evidence being put by the Delhi police in court on the record. But coming to the issue, what is the and then why do Mr. Digvijaya Singh have to say again and again try to support all these causes? Because you remember Mrs. Sonia Gandhi tears rolled on her cheeks because the Bata House killers were not they were poor young boys, they were not terrorists, and she was really was pained by the killing of the Bata House terrorists. Similarly, even remember that after just a day before the riot happened in Delhi, she said in the January, this was Saturday, and the Sunday riot happened. She said, "Is baar aar paar ki ladai hogi." What do you mean by aar paar? And the aar paar ki ladai happened. But there are party which is instigating all such acts. When Mr. Digvijay Singh is only towing the leader's path. But what did the leader have said? But again, let me just take one. Give me another second. Can I have another second, Madhav?
Quickly.
What did the court say? Not just the intent to strike terror, but the likelihood to strike terror. Not just the use of firearm, but the use of any means to whatever nature. Not just causing, but likely to cause not just the deaths, but the injuries to many persons or personal loss and damage, destruction and property constitution is a terrorist act. This is the High Court which has said in this case itself.
Respond to that, Ravi Srivastava. In this case itself, there have been very damning, observations at the High Court when it didn't allow the bail, and that just happened a few months ago. The process, and they had said that there are very grave charges that is there against these individuals concerned, including Umar Khalid.
See, Madhav, charges are absolutely grave. There is no doubt. The High Court has said the prima facie is a very grave charges. But the issue here is that the trial has not yet started, and for 5 years without any trial, keeping somebody in the jail, because jail is a exception, it's not a rule. So this is what is applicable in several other cases. Kalita and several three more people, they were discharged. 20. No, one more. Just 30 seconds more. I want to respond to my friend on the statements. Who is this Deputy Chief Minister or the Cabinet Minister of Madhya Pradesh who was calling Colonel Sophia Qureshi a sister of the terrorists? Is this your culture? Is this your party? This is
that is of course wrong, sir. That is of course wrong. What is it about?
The decorated officer. And you are telling us about other statements. You remember the statement?
Okay.
Sena Pradhan Mantri ke charanon ki dasi hai. Is this the statement?
Sir, we've also seen Sadak Ka Gunda. I'm not justifying any wrong statements, but unfortunately both sides haven't exactly covered themselves in glory. We've seen also Army Chief being called Sadak Ka Gunda, so on and so forth. Let me bring in Karan Verma now. Karan Verma, you want to respond to that?
Yeah. You know, people like Ravi Srivastava spread this lie that this trial hasn't happened for 5 years. So I want to read out, and I want to be very specific because this needs to go across to your viewers. While the bail was being denied in the Delhi High Court for Umar Khalid and all, what did Justice Harish Vaidyanath Shankar say? And I'm now quoting. The majority of the delay in the trial was attributable to the accused and not to the inability of the prosecution to speed up the proceedings. Justice Chandrachud, when he retired, he said there were 7 adjournments that were called for, and all of them were called for by Umar Khalid's counsel. I'm also reading out, Madhav, because, you know, the special judge, when he passed a judgment regarding the rejection of the bail, expressed a concern how the justice system is being taken for a ride, and I'm now quoting. He says, if it goes like this, the statute which restricts the grant of bail on the ground of delay in trial can easily be circumvented by delaying the trial on one hand and by pressing bail applications on the other. So this is the nefarious design this ecosystem has done. At one end, they've delayed the trial by asking for adjournments right before the court was framing charges, and at the other end, they cite delay as a reason for asking for their bail. So they are the ones. If Ravi Srivastava has a problem why the trial has been not speedy, he should take this up with Umar Khalid and his counsels.
All right, let me begin Tausif now. Tausif, anyone responsible for the delay is the accused themselves who have been moving from one court to the other, and that's something that even courts have observed.
See, that is the irony, Madhav. Under the Amit Shah's Delhi police, they are making charges which are insult to the common sense. If the accused wanted to run away and did not want the trial, then why, on the last occasion, it was the advocate appearing for the government and the police who wanted the adjournment, and court refused it. Supreme Court fixed the date that you come up with your reply, you file your reply, and on 31st onwards, I will hear the matter. That is what this hearing is taking place only after Supreme Court's refusal to grant a longer adjournment sought by the police advocates appearing for the police. Second point, what is the Delhi police saying? That Sharjil Imam or Umar Khalid, they are responsible, or they were, conspiring for a regime change. Is it not laughable? And on the other hand, while Umar Khalid is his allegation against Umar Khalid is for inciting or provoking Delhi riots or violence, on the other hand, we see Kapil Mishra, no FIR laws, in fact made a law minister. His tweets went viral. His video, provocative speech in the video with the police, senior police officer standing beside him, went viral. But Delhi police of Amit Shah Delhi police thinks that Kapil Sharma has not incited violence just because he's a BJP leader.
Kapil Sharma,
and later
Kapil
on we
Mishra.
saw that he made a law minister.
Kapil Sharma or Kapil Mishra? I think they're two different personalities. They're both public personalities.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. So I'm just clarifying. It's your word. I'm clarifying with you, because if your facts are not correct, I have to clarify with you. But let me get a response from Karan on that. Karan, the point is that Delhi police, on the one hand, they were allowed this person, Kapil Mishra, to make certain provocative speeches. They've not acted upon him. And he also alleges that there was a delay on part of Delhi police in the courts as far as filing reply and seeking adjournments is concerned. Therefore, he says you are not factually correct. Respond to him.
So, Madhav, I just quoted you the court pronouncements where it's clear that the delay was attributable to the accused and not to the inability of the prosecution to speed up proceedings. As crystal clear as it gets. The special court said it, the high court said it. 13,000 pages of evidence and other things have been submitted, but they've kept on asking for adjournments. Justice Chandrachud, after he's retired, he has said 7 adjournments asked for by Umar Khalid's counsel. So, putting it on, you can't be so economical with the facts as far as this is concerned. As far as Kapil Mishra is concerned, you can take that up with the BJP, but 2 wrongs don't make 1 right, and whataboutery doesn't work. The fact is, when Ravi Srivastava says, kya kar rahe the February mein ye log? 9th February 2016, they carried out this march, political execution of Afzal Guru. Isn't that shameful? Afzal Guru, the mastermind of parliament attacks, they had the temerity to say, Afzal, hum sharminda hai, tere qatil zinda hai. What did Umar Khalid and what did Kanhaiya Kumar do at that day? And you inducted Kanhaiya Kumar. So it is a right to call you a hypocrite party. Digvijaya Singh.
Sir, why have you not punished them?
Who gave Pakistan a
9 years down the line, why have you not punished them?
26-11, he gave Pakistan a clean chit. I'm not surprised if he gives a clean chit to Umar Khalid.
Sir, 9 saal mein
the person we have in Digvijaya Singh. He said,
one by one. Okay, let me come back. Let me come back to another important point, and let me put this question to Tausif Ahmed Khan. Tausif Ahmed Khan, Digvijay's highly controversial remark when asked as far as the armed forces and proof for Pulwama is concerned, that the Congress party and leaders have had to distance for. We've seen him sharing dais with controversial Islamic preacher Zakir Naik, and he was called a proponent of peace. At that point of time, he was accused once again by the BJP of trying to, promote divisive elements and divisive policies. The big question is that taking such extreme positions, is it now hurting the Congress party?
So you see, and it is for the Congress party to decide what stand they have, and I think they do not support most of the time what Digvijaya Singh says, and Mr. Digvijay Singh says in his personal capacity. However, this statement is not by any Congress, in a press conference, any leader holding a press conference. It is personal remark. I do not.
He's a member of parliament. He's a member of parliament of Congress.
Yes,
and he has made this post on social media. So where is the question of any
so was Sadhi Pragya. So was Sadhi Pragya was also member of the parliament. But so many statements she made.
She was.
Prime Minister.
Of course, you have every right, and you have questioned the BJP. You have every right to question them. Similarly, they have questioned the Congress party and Mr. Digvijay Singh.
So that is what it is, The political party has the prerogative to disown the statements made by their political leaders in their personal capacity. See, the point here is, today we are discussing whether we see justice is being done or not. 5 years, these accused are behind bars, and the police is under the control of Mr. Amit Shah. Police says that they are unable to take the case forward because it is the...
Karan, quick response. Who has disowned whom? In the case of Sadhi Pragya and Digvijay Singh, Karan, why don't you set the record straight? Who continues to be a member of parliament, for instance?
So, Madhav, if someone's made a wrong statement, you can't resort to whataboutery. That day, that person also made a wrong statement. Tausif is so much on the back foot today because he's an intelligent person, I believe. He knows what Digvijay Singh has said is horrendous, to say the least. And this man has given Pakistan a clean sheet on 26/11. He said 26/11 RSS ki sazish. But having said that, Madhav, it needs to be buttressed again on your show that if this trial is delayed, it is because of Umar Khalid's counsel, because they know if this trial reaches fruition, a conviction is right down there. There is growing clinching evidence which will ensure a conviction, and they want to delay it because they don't want to go back to prison and they don't want a sentence against them. That is the reality this ecosystem is trying to sidestep on.
All right. R.P. Singh, Karan Verma, Ravi Srivastava, Tausif Ahmed Khan, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening.